This is one of the most important videos I've ever made, so I hope that you share this with your friends and family because it involves one of the biggest conspiracies and cover-ups in history, in my opinion. It involves the American Medical Association, or as I like to call them, the American Medical Mafia. And it involves chiropractic care and my own personal chiropractic miracle that I would like to share with you. You might know about chiropractors, you might think you know about chiropractors, but a lot of people don't, and a lot of people have no idea just exactly what a chiropractor is capable of doing. Now, I must give a disclaimer here. I'm not giving you medical advice here. I'm only telling you a story about what happened to me. And it's quite interesting, and I hope that you continue to listen. Because for years, I couldn't smell or really breathe through my nose. I could smell maybe a little bit, but could hardly breathe through my nose. Constant sinus congestion, ear infections when I was a kid, when I was growing up. And a funny thing happened to me when I happened to bump into a chiropractor. Now, chiropractors will often go and give free screenings at gyms or ergonomic stores where they'll go in and kind of inspect your spine and recommend that you'll come in and get some adjustments. And I knew that I had a slouch from working on a laptop, from bad posture, from dating girls that are under 6 feet tall, just kind of slouching all the time, right? And so I had this horrible posture. I was developing a slouch like an old granny. And a friend of mine's father-in-law is a retired chiropractor, and you know, I'm talking to him about it. He said, yeah, go see a chiropractor and they'll help you fix it, whatever. So I go to see this chiropractor, giving a free screening just to go and talk to him to maybe sign up. And he asks me if I have sinus problems. And I did. You know, I couldn't breathe through my nose. Hardly at all. It was terrible. I had went and got a CAT scan a year earlier. I wanted to get it fixed. I wanted to go and get it drilled out or get what's sinuplasty, where they stick a balloon up there and inflate it and break the tissue and the bone and everything so you can actually open those passages up. But the doctor said there was no physical blockage. It was chronic inflammation. So they gave me Claritin, told me to go get some Claritin, and gave me a prescription for a steroidal anti-inflammatory, which I was supposed to inject up my nose every morning. I did that for a few weeks maybe, and then I just got tired of it. I don't like taking drugs, especially Claritin. I think a side effect is being tired, and I certainly don't need to do that. So I said, forget about it. Then like a year later, I bump into this chiropractor, asks me if I have sinus problems. So I went in to see him, I think it was the next day. He had a program where he said you could come in for like 3 free adjustments, and then if you like it, you can, pay me and whatever. I said, this is fantastic. So I went to see him the next day. And he did what's called the upper cervical adjustment, where it looks like they're snapping your neck, okay? And instantaneously, I could breathe. It was a miracle. I mean, still to this day. So I walk outside, I can smell the flowers, I smell the fresh air, miraculous. I was utterly shocked. So I started researching chiropractic care, trying to find out what the heck just happened to me. And then I find out that David Daniel Palmer, D.D. Palmer, the founder of chiropractic care, in I think the early 1900s, maybe the late 1800s, discovered the amazing miracle of chiropractic care. And what happened was a friend of his or an acquaintance was telling him that he popped his back. There was either picking something up, tweaked his back, or he was kicked by a horse or something, and then he went deaf, or went partially deaf. And so when he's telling David Daniel Palmer this, David Daniel Palmer sits him on the table or has him lie down, starts feeling his spine, feels where his spine is out of alignment, pops it back into alignment, and his hearing comes back. Oh, allegedly. That's what they claim. That's what the American Medical Mafia says, that this is a hoax, or that this is, this quackery, this is fraud. And they were actually convicted, the AMA was, convicted of conspiracy and fraud, trying to shut down chiropractic care. And so in my research, I realized that, of course, your spinal column has billions of nerves and neurons. And so it all makes sense to me now that if there's some pinched nerves or subluxation, some nervous system interference there, it's going to cause you some problems. But since there's billions and billions of neurons, you don't know if you get a little subluxation here or there, it could cause any number of problems apparently. So But what happened with me was, because I had this FHP, this terrible slouch, I had some nervous system interference that was causing my sinus inflammation. So, one free adjustment cured me instantaneously. And I would wake up for weeks. The next, in the morning I would wake up and first thing I would do would smell through my nose, breathe through my nose. Yep, I can still breathe. It hasn't stopped yet. It was amazing. It's still amazing. I mean, the miracle is kind of worn off. I've been used to it now. But that led me to go and research chiropractic care. I find out David Daniel Palmer, the founder, realized that subluxations, out of alignment spinal cords and things can cause major health problems. And then I find out the AMA didn't want this, because think about this. I know people that have had sciatica nerves, if you know what that is. It's like a pinched nerve and it causes tingling and pain in your leg. And they send these people, your doctor will send you to a physical therapist to go to physical therapy to, try to build muscles to relieve the pressure on the nerve, when other people go and see a chiropractor, which a chiropractic adjustment is usually $30 to $50. And in my experience, friends of mine that have had sciatica have said that 1, 2, 3 adjustments at the chiropractor cures the sciatica, because it unlocks the pressure apparently from that nerve. But do you think that your physical therapist is going to tell you that you can go to a chiropractor and get an adjustment for $50 and probably fix this? No, they want your money, man. They want you to come in there for 3 weeks and continue to get physical therapy. And so this is miraculous. In my research, and I suggest you do this, go search YouTube for chiropractic miracles. You'll find people being relieved of seizures. Well, there's one guy that says, and I believe him, says his eyesight came back. Apparently he was blind in one eye. Got a chiropractic adjustment for some unrelated issue. And says his eyesight came back. And I believe him. Because in my research of chiropractic care, your spinal column is so important. Sort of like the wires leading to your monitor. Okay, if your VGA cable or your DVI cable is pinched, or if it's not plugged on there tight, if there's some of the pins don't have the proper connection, your monitor is going to be flickering, or it's not going to work properly. And same with the human body. And then some people will say that there's chiropractic horror stories and this and that. So my chiropractor said that most of these cases are from inexperienced chiropractors, or it's so rare that things are going to happen. It's just like getting into a car accident. It doesn't stop you from driving a car going to and from work. But he recommended, maybe getting an MRI or whatever to see if you have any bulging discs. Because if you do get a chiropractic adjustment and you have a bulging disc, it can cause it to rupture or cause more damage. So that's what he recommended to me if I was concerned about that sort of thing. Okay, there was one other point. What else did I want to make here? That's pretty much it, I guess. I'll maybe do a follow-up video. I did a video about this previously, right after this happened, but the video was poor quality, the audio is terrible, and so I wanted to do this follow-up video to share my story with you, because the AMA loves people being on drugs when they don't want the real cure, right? So, was there any other points that I wanted to make about this? I think that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share the chiropractic miracle with you, and then there's a conspiracy tie-in with this. As you know, if you follow my work, I love investigating conspiracies and cover-ups. And there's really, in my opinion, no more important, or really ruthless conspiracy than having the medical establishment try to shut down a legitimate practice, when if you can go in a chiropractor for $50 and get an adjustment and be cured like I was. Oh no, I know what I want to say. A lot of people, some people will say that once you start going to a chiropractor, you get addicted, you need to keep going, and if the adjustments don't hold, you have to keep going back. Well, in my research and addressing this with my chiropractor, he made perfectly common sense. He made a perfect point that makes common sense, because what happens is people don't adjust their posture. Okay, so what I did right after I got my adjustment, I started talking to him about this. I got an external monitor for my laptop. So when I come home, instead of sitting on the laptop and slouching like this all the time, I plugged the laptop into an external monitor so it's at the proper height. Okay, and I got a new desk chair, because these $50 garbage desk chairs that you get from Staples or Office Depot are terrible for your posture. And I was shocked, and you go into some of these ergonomic stores and you could see a desk chair for $300. It's like a bargain. They got chairs for $800, $1,000, and I started thinking that is totally crazy. What a ripoff. But no, especially for a tall guy like me, I got this chair was actually a floor model I got for dirt cheap. Very expensive retail price on this chair. So that's pretty much it. The people who will go to a chiropractor but not change their posture or their seating habits, of course, they're going to get thrown back out of alignment. Okay, and also, what I've been doing and what my chiropractor recommended to me was to exercise the muscles and stretch. I went and saw a massage therapist too. The massage therapist was at the same guy, and I always thought massages were just for women at the spa, right? Oh, just fun and relaxing. But no, you can really go to a hardcore massage therapist to get like a deep tissue sports massage. They could loosen up the muscles. That's key too. For my recovery, that was key, because the muscles can force you, or the muscles have a memory and they can keep you out of alignment. And so what I did is I went and got a professional sports massage for like once a week for a month to loosen up those muscles. Then I started stretching, and I got my external monitor, got my new desk chair. So the people whose adjustments don't hold don't do these things. And I also started exercising those muscles. There's certain little exercises that you can do at the gym, to kind of strengthen those back muscles and the upper back and the neck muscles, to pull your muscles and your spine into its proper alignment. So I wanted to share that with you, because what is more important than being healthy, right? And again, I don't want to give anybody any medical advice. I'm sharing you my testimony, my story, my chiropractic miracle. And so I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was informative. I'm Mark Dice. Subscribe to my channel. Check out some of my previous videos, and there's more videos on the way. Thanks for watching. Mafia. And it involves chiropractic care and my own personal chiropractic miracle that I would like to share with you. You might know about chiropractors, you might think you know about chiropractors, but a lot of people don't, and a lot of people have no idea just exactly what a chiropractor is capable of doing. Now, I must give a disclaimer here. I'm not giving you medical advice here. I'm only telling you a story about what happened to me. And it's quite interesting, and I hope that you continue to listen. Because for years, I couldn't smell or really breathe through my nose. I could smell maybe a little bit, but could hardly breathe through my nose. Constant sinus congestion, ear infections when I was a kid, when I was growing up. And a funny thing happened to me when I happened to bump into a chiropractor. Now, chiropractors will often go and give free screenings at gyms or ergonomic stores, where they'll go in and kind of inspect your spine and recommend that you'll go come in and get some adjustments. And I knew that I had a slouch from working on a laptop, from bad posture, from day. This is one of the most important videos I've ever made. So I hope that you share this with your friends and family, because it involves one of the biggest conspiracies and cover-ups in history, in my opinion. It involves the American Medical Association, or as I like to call them, the American Medical